Alright, we're going to continue factor in standard form where a is not 1, but we're going to work on special cases, and then you're going to see what I mean by special cases found with these two examples. In our first example, we have 6x squared minus x minus 2. So we're going to identify our ABC. A is 6, B is negative 1, and C is negative 2. So on the top of the x table, A times C, 6 times negative 2, negative 12. And then B is negative 1. Next, we're going to find factors of A times C. So we could do positive 1 times negative 12, but that's going to give us the sum or difference between positive 1 and negative 12 is negative 11. So let's do positive 2 times negative 6. A positive 2 combined with a negative 6, that would be a difference of negative 4. Then let's do positive 3 times negative 4. Alright. Positive 3 combined with negative 4, that would be a difference of negative 1. So that means we're going to use these two factors. So 3 and negative 4. So, highlighting the factors that we're going to use in our factor form, our initial factors will be x plus 3 and x minus 4. Alright, after that, since a was not 1, we're going to divide anything that we couldn't divide, we're going to move. So we're going to divide by the original a, which is 6, divide this by a, which is also 6. Now, 3 divided by 6 won't become a whole number, and 4 divided by 6 won't become a whole number. But, before we can do any move, we can simplify these two fractions. 3 over 6 can simplify because they have a common factor, so it's going to simplify as x plus 1/2. And then over here, negative 4 over 6 can be simplified because they both have 2 in common. So when I factor out the 2 or divide 2 from top and bottom, it will going to simplify into 2 over 3. Now these two fractions, you still cannot divide into a whole number, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this 2 in front of x, this 3 in front of x. So our new factors will be 2x plus 1 and 3x minus 2. So, unlike our last examples, we only have one where you can divide and one you would just move. In these cases, we have to simplify the fractions. So 3 over 6 simplifying to 1 over 2. Negative 4 over 6 simplifying to negative 2 over 3. And we simply move the denominator in front of x. So, our final answer are these two factors, 2x plus 1 and 3x minus 2. In our second example, we have 8x squared minus 22x plus 5. So let's identify our ABC. A is 8, B is negative 22, and C is positive 5. So in the top of the x table, A times C, so 8 times 5, that's 40, and then B is negative 22. Alright, so now we're going to find factors of A times C. We're going to find factors of 40. So let's do 1 times 40. Positive 1 and positive 4, that would be a sum of 41, so not that one. 2 times 20. Positive 2 and positive 20, that would be a sum of 22, will be that one, but it is almost identical to negative 22, just different sign. So, while positive 1 times positive 40 will give us positive 40, and positive 2 times positive 20 will also give us positive 40, two negatives can give us a positive number. So, negative 2 times negative 20, negative 2 times negative 20 will also give us positive 40. Negative 2 and negative 20 combined, that would be a sum of negative 22. So, these are the two factors we're going to use. So, negative 2 and negative 20. So, we're going to use these two factors. So, x minus 2 and x minus 20. Then we're going to divide by our a, which is 8. Now, looking at those two fractions, when you divide, it won't become a whole number, but they can be simplified. In the first fraction, negative 2 over 8, they both have 2 in common. So I'm going to divide top and bottom by 2, or factor out the 2, and I'm going to be left with 1 over 4. Now, negative 20 over 8, they both have 4 in common, so I'm going to factor out the 4, divide top and bottom by 4, so I'm going to have x minus 5 over 2. So after I finish simplifying the fraction, again, my denominator, the fraction cannot be divided into a whole number, so my denominator will go in front of x. So our new factors will be 4x minus 1 and 2x minus 5. So these two factors are our final answers. 4x minus 1 and 2x minus 5. Now, to review, when you're doing divide and move, if you see that you cannot divide these two fractions into a whole number, before you move, check if you can simplify. So I repeat, check if you can simplify. If you can, do so. So for example, negative 2 over 8 will simplify into negative 1 over 4 because top and bottom, numerator and denominator, has 2 in common. Negative 20 over 8, we can simplify that into negative 5 over 2 because numerator and denominator, top and bottom, both have 4 in common. So we just factor out the 4 and got negative 5 over 2. And then after you finish simplifying and you cannot divide into a whole number with the fractions, then you move in front of x, and our new two factors are 4x minus 1 and 2x minus 5.